Alright, so let's quickly see here. Let's see. Shadowlands expansion delayed until later this year. Okay, so I want to start off just for anyone that might just have joined. This is good as far as I'm concerned. This is what I've been asking for. And just to make clear, the reason I think a delay is always better than releasing something that isn't in a good spot is because you end up losing so much faith from your players. So much of your players, when they start the game and it really doesn't feel well, there's a lot of bugs, nothing's really sorted, that can end up turning against you very quickly. Even if you do manage to finish the expansion later on down the road, and you do manage to give like just a crap ton of fixes and patches and all the rest of it, once that initial experience is bad, it's very difficult to get that experience to change. So it's almost always better to release something that is already good than it is to release something that's miserable and then just reduce your chances of getting people back once they've already left. So let's just move on. You have to excuse me. We've been streaming for 5 hours already, so my brain is a little bit fuzzy. To the WoW community, I wanted to let you know that we're delaying the release of Shadowlands to later this year, and while we're still in the process of determining the right new date to launch, we felt it was important to let you know about this change in plans as soon as we could. This was an incredibly difficult decision for the team, as we're eager to get the expansion into your hands as you are to play it, but ultimately, we feel it's the right decision for the game and for our players. I personally agree 100%. I've told you guys this before. The expansion right now is about 70% there. Yeah, the problem actually is that the things that's missing is actually game breaking. It's actually to the point where this could lead to a lot of people having massive outrage on the forums and just turning around and saying, you know what, screw it. Because a lot of the things that is currently kind of broken is sort of end-game content. It's end-game things that's gonna have to be there in order to keep people busy. So I'm personally very happy that Blizzard is finally deciding to do this. I have to wonder how Activision actually admitted to this, or how they actually accepted this, because let's be real, when it comes to Activision, I don't think they were very happy with this change. All right, so over the past several months of testing, we've made significant progress iterating on and polishing the core features and gameplay of Shadowlands. We're at a point where the zones, the campaign, the level up questing experience, and the story we have to tell are essentially ready to share. We're excited by the Covenants at the heart of the expansion, and it's been a thrill to see Torghast take shape into a new, fun kind of WoW experience, thanks in no small part to your input. Now, I will say that where I disagree with this blue post is the leveling up experience is somewhat good, not necessarily great, but it is somewhat good. There is still major bugs within the questing experience that could leave a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths. The campaign is pretty good and for the most part not too bad. The zones are brilliant, absolutely amazing. The art team, the music team, they've done a great job with the zones. They feel absolutely insane. And obviously the story, you guys who's been on the channel for a while now will know that I've been nerding out on the story of Shadowlands for quite some time. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say story's good. Story's very good. However, as everything started coming together and we've been listening to and building upon your feedback, it's become clear we need a little bit more time for additional polish and to balance and iterate on some interlocking pieces, particularly those related to the endgame. Shadowlands is one of the most intricate expansions we've yet created, and I would argue, and I know I might not be in the majority here, but I would argue that it's exactly because of this that that Shadowlands and all other expansions take so long to actually get into players' hands in a fixed state. Because Blizzard continuously creates these intricate, very fucking difficult systems within expansions that's almost impossible to balance. And then we have to go through this whole 1 year process of Blizzard promising they'll balance it, the players saying there's absolutely no chance of you balancing it, and then eventually Blizzard realizing, well, fuck it, we can't balance it. And then going to what the players originally said should have been the system in the first place, because it's too difficult to balance. The Covenants will not be balanceable. I can guarantee you this right now. If you truly believe that Blizzard can balance the Covenant, I need to tell you guys I have a wonderful piece of land in a swamp that is guaranteed to increase almost double in value within the next year, and I can sell that to you for the low price of $1 million. So please contact me on my email if you want this piece of land. Prime property, I am told by the people that know. This system isn't balanceable. There is way too much shit that goes into the system. There's way too many little bits and bobs and pieces that just will never fit together. The game without systems is barely balanceable. Now you add a bunch of systems to it, it just becomes an impossible task. But anyways, Blizzard thinks this is what they can do, so let's see, right? The challenge of tuning the endgame was compounded by the team having to work from home. I said this earlier in the stream as well. I said, we can't just put all of this on Blizzard and the systems and the way that they wish to design the game. I'm pretty sure that the work from home orders that came through for almost every single country had an effect on everyone. I spoke to my brother who has, they have an analytics company, and for a while they were forced to work from home. And this very much cost them a lot of development time, since people just don't work as well when they can't see each other in the office, when you can't just quickly run to your coworker to run something by them. So absolutely cut Blizzard some slack on this. I think ultimately they still did amazingly well considering the circumstances, right? But okay, so Blizzard has a commitment to quality. Activision doesn't, however, but Blizzard used to. Activision, not so much. We believe Shadowlands will be something special. I do agree. And we've heard from many of you who feel the same. We need this extra time to ensure that Shadowlands lives up to its full potential. I 159,000,000% agree with this. Shadowlands will be special. Shadowlands has all the makings to be absolutely amazing. And as I said before, as I said at the start of the stream, if Blizzard requires another month, another 2 months, another 3 months even, to balance this game, take your fucking time. I said the same thing for Cyberpunk with CD Projekt Red when they announced earlier in the year that they're pushing back the launch to November. I said, fine. If you need an extra 6 months to make your game the best that it can possibly be, take that 6 months. But by the time I get my hands on the game, I need to be sure that it is working as well as it can be. And so for this, I just want to give Blizzard a round of applause. I think good call. I absolutely. For those of you who don't know, you can go through multitudes of videos out there that will highlight all of the problems that exist right now in the beta. Believe me when I tell you, this is not just a release it and fix it within a month. If Blizzard released the expansion as it is now, some of those fixes would take more than a month to implement the fix, and then people still have to taste the fix. So you're looking most likely at 2-3 months before Blizzard has a workable fix for some of the problems that exist right now. In the meantime, we're excited to announce that beginning October 13, we will be releasing the Shadowlands Pre Patch, which lays a lot of the groundwork for the expansion and includes our revamped character leveling, new player experience on Exile's Reach, and a host of new character customization options. And once we get closer to the Shadowlands release, you'll be called upon to defend Azeroth against a resurgence of the Scourge during our pre-launch event. This is most likely why Blizzard ultimately decided to split the pre-patch. Remember, Blizzard did say that they're splitting pre-patch into 9.0.1 and 9.0.2. 9.0.1 includes all of the things that most people are actually excited for. When you spoke to most people about the pre-patch launch, most people were excited for exactly the things that they're gonna get now anyways. And then later on, Blizzard will activate the pre-patch event. So the actual event that will finally lead into the newest expansion. And I don't see any problem with this. People are getting something new, new experiences, new questing experiences, maybe getting up some alts to your max level. Maybe we'll do that for a month and then Blizzard will announce the pre-patch launch event. And I personally, so my prediction at this point is most likely, anywhere actually Synergy Craft from a 12-week pre-patch to maybe even a 14 to a 15-week pre-patch. I'm still predicting that this game will most likely launch somewhere around early December. Late November, early December. I do not believe that they're going to try and launch around about the 15th to even the 21st, 24th, maybe even 25th of November. And the reason I don't believe that is because Cyberpunk and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, these are two massive games that a lot of people are looking forward to. If you launch in that window, you're actually going to split your player base. You're going to have a lot of players who's just going to go, well, I can play Shadowlands for the next 2 years, but Cyberpunk is only going to be good now, right? Well, not actually true, but people don't want to miss out, right? So you'll actually probably get a lot of people who go, well, I'm rather going to play Cyberpunk. So I think that is too much of a contested week right there. I would actually suggest launching after that. So this is why my prediction right now would be somewhere between the 25th and the 30th of November. That's when we can see the launch for the Shadowlands. Thanks for your support and passion and for your continued help and feedback. Okay, so John Height, thank you so much, John, for this. To every single person who made this an actual possibility, I cannot thank you enough for postponing the launch. I want to say, I understand that there are some people who put in leave at work to want to play the expansion, and I realize this sucks. Personally, I think Blizzard should have announced the delay of this expansion 2 months ago already. Remember, they announced that pre-patch is going to be split into two, I think a month and a half ago, right? About a month and a half ago is when they announced that pre-patch is going to be split in two. The fact that they're only now coming out and saying, because that I think was when they first realized they might have to postpone the expansion. This is going to fuck up a lot of people who already put in leave at work because they want to play the expansion when it goes live, and now they can't, right? Now they physically cannot, they cannot play the game because the game isn't coming out. So I do understand that there's a lot of anger and frustration, most likely from a lot of people right now, but for the good of the game, this is a good thing. Shadowlands can do what I don't think any previous WoW expansion has ever done. I do believe that Shadowlands can bring new people into World of Warcraft. I think it can bring back old players who have given up on the game because it has everything it requires to be good. The problem is these things have to come together now, and they have to be perfect. So take the time you need, Blizzard. From myself and hopefully from most of my audience, take the time you need. Give us a great game when you're ready. Gaming shouldn't be rushed. It should be ready when it's ready. I will say this, however. I wish I could have been in the room when Bobby Kotick found out and lost his shit. I think he was so angry he punched someone in the dick. That's my personal opinion. But of course, I want to hear from you guys. So what do you think? Good thing, bad thing? Where do you land on this? What's the feels?